that. You know, you're seeing real emotions, real reactions, and thanks in part to this wonderful casting of this really wonderful young actor.
And as far as what's going on right now, you have something in common with Cowboys and Aliens.
Yes, I do have something. Fictional Cowboys and Aliens. I ride horses.
Well, you're from Fort Worth.
Yeah, I'm from Fort Worth. I'm from Cowtown. So I do speak to myself. So maybe aliens can show up in my mind. Now, there's actually a film called Cowboys and Aliens, directed by John Favreau. Stars Harrison Ford, Daniel Craig, Sam Rockwell, Olivia Wilde, and a slew of other well-known actors. Paul Dano, Keith Carradine, wonderful Mexican actress, Ana de la Reguera. And I'm one of those supporting actors in the film, and I play one of Daniel Craig's ex-gang members. And this takes place in the late 1800s, and basically produced by Steven Spielberg and Ron Howard. So this is the other spectrum of movie making. We've been concentrating at this festival, the Rosemary Film Festival, on independent films and celebrating films and filmmakers. And we got to see the ministers last night, so I was really excited about that. And seeing it on Skype.
I know.
Let me tell you, cutting edge stuff going on last night, and watching Frank Reyes look at his audience. There he is on the big screen in high resolution and great sound. I've never seen that. I've been to every festival in this country. That has never happened. I've never seen that. So it was really exciting to see that. But going back to your question, yeah, it's a blockbuster movie. I was very fortunate to be in that thing, and I play, Mexican gang member in the late 1800s, and they get attacked by these aliens who are there to wreak havoc on them. Of course, I can't say too much,
Okay. As far as, we were talking about this earlier, and that's something I wanted to ask you when I found out I was going to be talking to you. What did give you that courage to say, I am going to act? Because I can say that, as a child, or myself and many others were like, oh, that sounds cool, that would be so cool, but, you get, well, that's not really going to take me anywhere, it's too hard to make it in there, or, you mentioned, for example, Cowboys and Aliens, there's only you and Ana de la Reguera as Latinos, right?
Yeah, and again, right, yes, that's right.
And so, it's kind of like, what's going on there? What do you think is that big holdback, or I don't know, what do you think is going on with that?
I don't think they specifically thought, well, we're just going to cast these two Latin characters. I think that, a lot of things get done in Hollywood, and we say Hollywood because it's, it's what we always say, but really Hollywood is a county, Hollywood County, No, I think what happens is that when people are making films, they don't do things intentionally. They don't intentionally leave us out of the fray. The issue is I don't think we have enough writers, we don't have enough producers when it comes to trying to bring more Latin actors into the mix. But at the end of the day, I think it's a question of is it a Latin project or not? Well, typically I don't think we should ever say it's a Latin project. The project could be about redemption. It could be about friendship. It could be a love story, a romance, who happen to have Latin characters in them. And I think that you can open yourself up to have more non-traditional casting, which would include even more Latin actors. It's so monumental to make a film that there's a lot of input coming from a lot of places. And it would be great if someone had the courage to say, this would be very interesting to cast a Latin person, but it has to come from an intelligent place.
Do you think that the talent's out there? Do you think there are...
Oh, we've had... Listen, we did Dracula, okay? The first Dracula that came out, with Bela Lugosi, right? Bela Lugosi and all the actors would leave during the day. At night, okay? Because they would be shooting all day. And then at night, you would have this Mexican, cast come in and recreate the same movie using the sets and the sounds of what they were doing. We've been in this business a very long time. We were huge in the silent era. So this idea that there's this Latin wave coming and going, it's just preposterous. I think what happens is that people gain the courage and realize we're viable, but it's other people telling us we're viable. I think what it is that people who happen to be Latins in this business, we can't think of, oh, we're just Latins. You know, we have to bring everyone into the mix, but we must tell our stories. We must write those stories, but at the same time, not perpetuate our the stereotypes that have been put on us. And that